Good morning, DMV. You are tuned into the Kick Back with me, your host, Diamond B. Frazier. We are live from Dragon Radio at Howard Community College. So today with me, I have a brother who was related to the last brother that I had. Well, you know we are related, but not blood related, but they're on the same label. So I have Mitoga with me.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm great. I can't complain.
Okay, so I feel like you might have a little something different than what I've experienced before. And you have just such a genuine spirit. Not saying that I haven't experienced that with anybody else, but it's just like this vibe that's just so easy. Like you just seem so kind-hearted. Like you just really want this. Like it's just a genuine spirit that I really, really love. But you also seem like a conscious brother. So I really want to go there and have these conversations that I have yet to be able to really have with somebody. So I want to do that. But before I do that, I want to know more about you, like your family background. Where did you come from? You know, where you live, you know, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, my mom, she's from D.C. My mom's side of the family's from D.C. And my father's side of the family's from Virginia. And somehow they met in the middle. And so I was born in Maryland. I was born in Silver Spring, raised mostly in Prince George's County, all over. And then eventually moved to Waldorf. And now I'm back in Silver Spring. So it's been an interesting journey. Learned a lot, different highs and lows in life, you know, seeing different things. Like one of the things I didn't know was like how bad the homeless issue was in Montgomery County. I knew it was like one of the richest counties in the state. I didn't know it was like
a lot of homeless people.
Yeah.
Because that's something new to me. I was born in Silver Spring as well, of course, in the hospital. Shout out to, what was that? Holy
Cross.
Holy Cross. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Holy Cross. But I didn't know anything like that. And my cousin actually lives in Silver Spring, and she has a big house. And everybody in the neighborhood is just, you know, very bougie, you know, well off. But I did not know that at all.
Yeah, I seen a homeless dude get passed by somebody in a Ferrari one time.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's interesting to say the least.
Have you ever had a conversation with someone that was homeless? Like actually just walked up to them, sat and just had a conversation?
Yeah, a couple times.
How was that?
Couple times.
What was that like? And what drove you to do that?
I don't like seeing people down. You know what I mean? If I like to give. I'm not really selfish. Material things, it's like whatever. They come and they go. But it's what's on the inside that lasts forever. You know, so it's like I'd rather affect that. If I got something like $5, okay, you gotta eat. I know what it feel like to not eat. Hey, $5. You know, so you know. But most of the time, a lot of times they want people to know that they're human too. They want people to just talk to, you know, somebody to be nice. They just waiting for a break, you know. So it's.
Why do you feel like that's such a major issue, like homelessness? There's so many wealthy people in the world, and they claim, I really want to help out, I want to give back. But why are so many people homeless? And we have a lot of shelters out here. What's going on? Where did we miss the connect there?
Greed. You know, I think a lot of it has to do with greed, and the wealthy give back to charities and different stuff, and then they just get the money right back. They can write it off for tax refunds or whatever. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, you know, like people that's homeless, they say, "Oh, go get a job," right? But if that person don't have no address, they don't have no phone, they don't have a way to get clean clothes or get themselves clean, or how they, you know, what am I supposed to come back to you with? What am I supposed to put on the application if I have nothing?
Exactly.
You know, so I think that it's just greed and selfishness, really.
So have you ever experienced like a really low point in your life where you feel like that maybe drove you to be more open-minded and more, you know, wanting to help more than the average person?
Yeah. I felt like that before I got to the low point, too.
Okay.
But the low point definitely made it realer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I feel what you feel. Like that hungriness, I feel that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
what was that low point for you, or on the verge of being at a low point? What was that like?
um, it was dark, depression and uh, hunger and
How did you get there?
lights. You know, lights being off.
Is it because you were on your own, or you were in a family situation where things just weren't
Yeah, it was
going
more so
good?
that it was more so just certain things not working out in a family situation,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, lights get cut off, or you know, different stuff like that, or I make money so I could save it, but got to give that back to the household because people got to eat, and, you know. So, and most of that stuff I experienced earlier in life. Like later on, it was more internal things that I started to experience, like having depression, not being able to feel like I'm doing enough, or you know, just whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
the harder things, the physical things came like earlier on. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
So why do you feel like our people, you know, that are in these situations, not because we so choose this life, but
Mhm.
sometimes we aren't given the best situations and we just have to do, and people, outside people don't understand that. They
Yeah.
just look at us because media portrays us as a certain way,
Mhm.
but it's like, bruh,
Mhm.
y'all tore down everything we had and you put us in a situation now, it's like survival of the fittest. So
Right.
why do you feel like some of our people rob our own people or kill our own people because we don't have, rather than, you know, go the route you did and just be like, it is what it is, I gotta work,
Right.
you know?
Desperation. I
Mm-hmm.
think people get desperate and they don't care. Like, you know, people rob their family members. They don't,
That's true.
you know, they no longer care about the lines. You know, okay, this ain't right. That's not right. They just think about, okay, I got to eat. My hunger is real right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a child over there. Like, that's all that stuff is real. I see that. And if I go do this thing, I can affect all of that and I could stop that.
Mm-hmm.
But what we don't understand is when you take for somebody else, now they might go take from somebody, and it's a big
Exactly.
circle, just everybody taking from each other. Nobody truly raises up.
So was your mentality influenced by your mom or your dad, or this is just you just sitting in the room just thinking and, you know, processing things on your own?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, I guess I could say it's 50-50. I think both of
Okay.
my parents have instilled seeds. You know what I mean? But most of it has really just been me examining things and
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, this is what that is. Oh, that's related to this. And it's like me just processing, like you said.
Did you ever like keep a journal or
Um,
write about things, or that's when you just start putting it into music?
yeah, my lyrics is my journal.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's where I'm the most personal. Well, unless it's somebody that knows me, then I go on
Mm-hmm.
rants. So people
Yeah,
always
me
know.
too.
You know what I'm saying? Like people always know what I'm. Okay, he about to be talking for like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
um, outside of that, yeah, like my music is where I display everything, and I can do it in a way that is creative. It could shed light, bring light, you know, and uplift people, or you know, just whatever. Maybe people just want to listen to it for the beats. I'm like, man, I like the melody on there, cool, and it make
Mm-hmm.
them feel better. And they don't really want to hear all the lyrics. They just know that this makes them feel better. Then okay, whatever.
You
But
okay? You okay with that?
not really.
Okay, but it's like
But
as long as you
it's
listening,
yeah, it's
you
like
know.
I know that eventually, like it'll eventually get through. You know what I mean? Like when
Mm-hmm.
you listen, well, I don't listen to the radio, but like when people listen to the radio,
Why don't you
and
listen to the radio? Not to cut you off, but why don't
no,
you
it's
listen to
cool.
the radio? Not with
It's just not. There ain't no soul.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? For me, it's just like it ain't no soul. Like it's all um what's the word I want to use?
Manufactured.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
Processed.
mhm.
I agree.
All of those words, like yeah, it's not authentic. I don't think it's some of the situations may be true to, you know, people, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that a big issue is us not controlling the the labels and stuff like that. So like what happens is people like, oh, a label will put money behind a certain sound, right? So now everybody this looking up to these artists, like, okay, I'm gonna make music like that because that's what's popping. That's what the mainstream wants.
And they want that get rich quick, get on quick, get famous quick. People looking at me, so they do, go that route instead of actually taking the time to put in that effort.
Exactly. And nobody ever stops and like, well, wait a minute, what if this ain't right? What are they saying? Tupac once said something that I love.
Love Tupac.
He was like, when people are rapping to you, like, hold them accountable. Like, what are they really saying? Hold them accountable for what they're saying. You know what I mean? If it's not positive, if it's not something that's going to help you get by. Like, I feel like everybody's so quick to just have fun. Nobody wants to deal with the situations.
Exactly.
So it's like, you don't understand that once that fun dies down, you're going to come back to the same situation.
Exactly.
And you're just going to try to keep escaping it. It's just, you can't escape it. Like, it's still going to be there.
See, that's what I like about you. No shade to anybody that I've interviewed previously, but what they say they're about during an interview and what their music speaks is two completely different things. And what they try to argue is, that's my art. That has absolutely nothing to do with what I believe. Right. But it's like, what are you putting out to the world? Then it becomes, well, I didn't ask people's kids to listen to my music. You have to control your child. But my thing is like, why not be okay with matching up who you are with what your art is? Your art should be a reflection of you. Is how I feel. But they argue, well, nobody wants to keep listening to Fight the People, Kumbaya. It's like, everybody was on Tupac. He had a good balance, but it was enjoyable listening to him, and he always had a message in the story, and everybody wanted to shout out Tupac and post him. But what's the difference? So you can't challenge yourself to put out good music just because it doesn't sound like auto-tuned or manufactured or processed. Right. So are you really good at your art?
Right.
Exactly.
I hear that.
So we're going to get into a segment called With It or Quit It. So I'm going to give you about 3 statements or questions, and I just want you to tell me whether you're with it, that means you agree, or quit it, like, what? What is you saying? Like, no.
All right, cool.
All right, so the first one is, the United States of America is the best country in the world because we have the strongest army, the most proud people, the most awesome flag. We never lost a war. We also have the richest and smartest because we invented most things we use today. We destroyed the British Empire when it tried to colonize us, and we almost single-handedly destroyed the Nazi and Japanese empire. You'll be ungrateful if you think otherwise.
I'm ungrateful.
With it or quit it?
I'm ungrateful then.
Okay, so you're not with it.
Yeah.
You don't agree with this at all?
Nah.
Why? How do you feel about America?
Well, it's a country. It's a country. I mean, I won't say there's not a lot of freedoms and stuff like that, but it's also a lot of games and trickery and just foolishness too.
Okay.
Like they say we fought the Nazis, okay, but what about since before the start of the country, there's been injustice and racism and all these things. It's never stopped. What about that?
See, and so Randy, who's on the same label with you, we had a conversation, and you'll see the interview when it comes out. He feels like times have gotten so much better since 10 years ago. You don't agree with that?
I don't think so.
So if you were having a conversation with him, what would you tell him? Like, he's telling, like, man, we came a long way. Things are really looking up.
We came a long way because of distraction. We've been distracted. That's what's going on. It seemed like it came a long way. No, it's the same thing still going on. They say, oh, ain't no more slaves yet. Black men are, 6% of the population, but make up more than half of the population of prisons?
Yeah. In
prison, when you're in prison, that's legal slavery?
Yeah.
So
that's
slavery
what
died?
they created.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, slavery, it didn't die.
It just changed its form.
Exactly. And then when you have, like, the other media controllers and stuff like that in charge of the images they put out, in charge of the music that's being put out and pushed in people's heads, and that's what's going to lead them to prison. It's the same thing. We'll be fools to think otherwise. Like, for real. Like,
so nobody seems to have this answer, but what do you feel like needs to happen in order for us to, I can't say get back on top, because I can't tell you when we were really on top, but before slavery ever existed, when do you feel like we can ever get to that point, and do you feel like you'll be able to live to see that happen?
I won't live to see it.
Okay.
I don't think so, but forgive me too. I'm just getting
No,
over
you're
a cold.
fine. You're fine.
Let me see. I think we have to really, the minds has to be transformed. The mind, the understanding of different things, the importance. Just like knowing, like, okay, this is what's going on. This is why it's important. This is why it affects you. This is why you need to do something. This is why, because like a lot of people live for their own happiness and they never think about the future. People like, okay, well, I make this music, blah, 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 whatever. And kids go by it, but the kids are the future. So you are investing seeds into the future, and if it's bad seeds, then what do you think you're going to get in the future? More bad seeds. So if nobody ever thinks about the future like, yo, okay, we have to start changing the way we speak about ourselves, the way we think about ourselves, the way we uphold ourselves and our standards, and you know what I'm saying, in this world, and really collectively want to make a change, because, a couple people could do something, but it takes everybody.
Everybody.
You know what I mean? It really does. It really does. And
I agree.
That's the hardest thing.
It is.
It's getting everybody, like.
Yeah, because I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and I was saying the thing that's so different, during the Civil War era and now, is that everybody was pretty much on the same level. Yep. And now you got, the higher up, you got really, really rich people. Then you got really, really poor people. Then you got the middle class that's making it. But you got the rich people that's looking like, looking down like, okay, I made it. So, so what's wrong with you? But instead of trying to help us get there, it's just once people get to a certain level, it's like you forget the rest.
Yeah.
So unless we can all get stomped down back on the same level.
We have to be humbled.
Yes. Yes.
For real.
Very much so. Okay. So this next one, I live and worship music. I go to bed and wake up to music. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Music is most definitely bae. I can't go a single second without music. Is this normal? With it or quit it?
To an extent, I'm with it. To an extent. I think that music is powerful. It's a powerful tool. Like I was saying earlier, whether it just makes you feel good or whether it, feeds your mind, or like it's a true experience. So yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Okay, so this last one, I've gone 3 days without showering. I must say, this is pretty disgusting. I'm trying to see if I can finish the week off without a single shower. Maybe I can set a world record. Yeah, it's normal to me. I think it's pretty cool. With it or quit it?
If they trying to set a record, hey, I guess more power to you, but that ain't a record I really want to set, so I ain't with that.
I was told that men aren't supposed to take a shower every day. Do you agree?
I ain't never heard that.
You never heard that before?
No.
I heard women supposed to take one every day, but men, they can go a couple days without it, and it's fine.
I ain't never heard that one.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, about that one.
Oh, gosh. All right, so we're going to get into a musical break, and this is your song, so what will we be listening to?
This is called Play Your Dreams.
Yes,
I produced it, too. Yeah.
Check you out. Multifaceted.
One man trash, another man treasure. One man pain, another man pleasure. One man love, another man hate. It's a war outside, ain't no man safe. From slaves to presidents, we made our residents of pain. So evident in the way we telling it, we hear it, enjoy it.
Okay, we are back. You guys are still tuned in to the Kick Back DMV. And I have with me this brother across from me. Who you is over there?
Who I'm here? My name, yeah. Nah, let me start. Mitoga.
Where did that come from? Mitoga. What is that about? What does that even mean?
I don't know. I got mad one day. I was like, wait a minute. My last name's not even really my last name. So I need a new name.
Wait, so is that your last name?
It's
Maybe?
the first two sounds of each part of my name. So
Oh,
yeah, so
that's
Michael
creative.
space, because I'm not putting that out there, and then space. My last name
Gotcha.
starts with a GA. So yeah.
Cute. Okay, that's different. I like that. Cool. All right, so this last segment we're going to get into is called Peep That Tweet. So I looked through your Twitter, and we got out your most prominent tweet. So I just want you to, elaborate on a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay. So one of your tweets says, America is an illegal immigrant, forced one side of my heritage off our land and forced the other side of my heritage to build it up. Pay up.
Yeah.
For those that will just fly past their head or they'll keep scrolling, what does that mean? Or what does that mean to you? Where did that even stem from?
This is what was going on during that time. It was
October.
The pipeline up in Dakota, and I was just thinking like, man, it's crazy watching like this, all these struggles that they try to hide. This stuff is still going on, and they forced the native people off the land, Trail of Tears. A lot of it, they went to war with them. Like, this is stolen land, and so that's the native side, of me, which is Cherokee. And then the other side, of course, being a black person, we built up this country. A lot of it.
That's true. All right. So last month you said no matter who is leading or teaching, you're responsible for not following blindly by learning for yourself and not being told everything. Was this because of, like, from a political standpoint or just in life?
Just in life.
Just in life.
Yeah. A lot of times people will look at status or look at, this person went to school this long, or they did this or they did that, or, people look at positions and just get so in awe by it. Like, oh, they said this. No, why don't you go research it for yourself?
Yes.
So you can know if that's true or not, because, people get these positions and also be jipping people out their money. So, learn for yourself.
I'm really, intrigued by you. This is this is so refreshing. But have you always thought this way?
It changed. Like, in high school, I was more focused on just making music.
Okay. And what was your music about in high school versus now?
Whereas now I call out like political stuff and talk about world issues. Back then I was talking about people in high school. Like, yo, stop faking, stop doing this, stop doing it. Like, you ain't about that. You don't live that life, so stop. So I've always been just calling out stuff, trying to get people to come to the truth.
Gotcha.
Real.
So what made you switch over to, like, bigger issues?
When I learned that the bigger issues is what affected the smaller ones.
So was it like a documentary you saw? Was it a person you talked to? Was it just, one day you just scroll on the internet? Was you just questioning things in your mind? Like, how did you get to that point? Questioning things in your mind.
Yep. That was it. Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Okay. I wish I could redo high school with certain things that I know now.
Yeah.
What do you know now? And what would you do differently if you had the chance to redo high school?
I would have took it more serious, because I didn't understand with all the different maths and sciences and all this. I'm like, what is this? Like, when am I going to use this?
Everybody says
yeah,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to need this when I graduate.
And because I had never met anybody that was like an engineer or something like that. And later on, I was like, wait a minute, but, who are the people who design cars and stuff like how do they? And then I started to learn, that's engineers. What do they do? And then, okay. Oh, they need this too. And so that's what all them crazy maths and sciences and all that stuff was about, was so that, it prepares you for a career. But the thing is, they never even broke it down like that. Like for me, it told you or prepare you, but they never said, "Oh, you can do this if you learn that."
Exactly. Now, had they had given us subjects and a list of careers in those subjects, and then how you would go about doing that, maybe people would have thought differently, in doing so. So, do you feel like had you paid more attention and actually put in the effort, that you would have took a different career path?
Oh yeah.
What do you think you would have did?
I probably would have been doing engineering.
Okay.
Designing cars and probably some other stuff. But
do you feel like it's too late? Of course, to redo high school, but if that's over with. But like furthering your education, do you feel like you would go back and be an engineer? Like honestly, or like now we feel like it now.
I'm still back and forth on it. I think about it a lot. I was just thinking about it this week actually. So probably.
You think you would go back and do that?
Possibly, yeah. Because I don't want to be rapping forever. I don't want to be no old rapper. And you know what I'm saying? Like once my day is done, I'm done. I got a message, and once y'all finish this book, you know what I'm saying? Then hey, that's it.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, so I'm not just going to sell off my hard work and vision to people who ain't going to take it to its max potential. How do you, what do you feel like your max potential is? Like, where do you see your music really, really going? Or it should go?
Not in a cocky way, but I always thought that I was like a legend in my mind. Like, yo, because I know the things that I hear, and the only people that I hear that from are people that I grew up listening to, which is like older people who's way up here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because I know that I'm capable of producing those type of things, those type of results, it's like, yo, I know that I could be in that same position. They're legends. I know that I could also be that, if I really wanted to.
Okay. So do you feel like you brand yourself well enough to push yourself further?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I can be real with it. I don't, because I don't truly understand branding and all that to 100% yet. So I'm still learning. It's a process.
Okay, so being under a label, they don't do that for you?
Well, really, it's just me.
Okay.
Just me. I'm just the label.
Okay.
I was like, man, I just I want to create my own thing instead of being under somebody else.
That's already.
You know what I'm saying? So, I was like, shoot, I'll make my own label. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll make my own label, put out my own music.
Yeah, because, when I first saw you, I didn't know it was you. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of you.
Yeah, I don't really take pictures too much.
Why? Because you're more. Okay, see, the thing is like, we're so shallow. So when you go and you look at someone's page via social media, you want to know what the person looks like.
Right.
And you'll be more in tune to listen to the music. So what made you not, try to put yourself out there more?
Exactly that. I didn't want people to get so caught up in image and all of that they just disregard the message.
Okay.
Like people, especially today's music scene, like if you don't, I don't know, it seems like everybody's either model or they got some type of aesthetics page or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that before they even pop off. And it's like, just because they look cool, people are like, this person seems interesting. Their music is probably great. Let me click it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not the case though. Like you got to judge it properly, like listen to it and don't worry about the image. The image is the image. That could change tomorrow, could change today. You might not like it. So,
That is true. Okay, so where can we follow you, this mystery man, on his journey?
SoundCloud /MITOGA93.
You didn't even shout out the social media. You forget that. Just listen to my music. I hear that. Well, you guys were tuned into the Kick Back DMV with me, Diamond B. Frazier, and this brother over here. I'm just so impressed. Mitoga, man. You guys stay tuned for next week. You guys have a great day.